Hello there everyone and welcome back. We had some seriously rough matches there last episode, although I like to say there's still some promise with the town matchup against Solare, and I think I have an idea on what to do with these vanguards there in terms of how they can contribute in a serious fight when the engagement actually happens. But as far as like the hit and run maneuvers, I'm a little bit lost there, mainly because the torpedoes are going to be hit or miss, even if I were to focus on the stronghold. It's probably not going to do enough damage quickly enough to really justify it in the long term, but I still have an idea for them, and I am going to start making some tweaks, I think, to my fleet as well. Because I think I'm finally going to start replacing these Mark 1 Vanguards and either replace them with the bombardment cannons or the lances. I'm not quite sure just yet, especially since I'm below 1,000 renown now. I want to wait until I build that back up, because I don't know which is going to work for me, because of course, if I were to fight Solare again with bombardment cannons, then his air cache speed boost, which reduces my accuracy, is going to make those bombardment cannons pretty much useless, I want to argue, so that's not helpful. And if I were to go with the lance variants, then I suddenly have to invest, well, in 2 upgrades, I is what I'm thinking there, to try and enhance the range on both my lances and the macro cannons if I'm going to actually use them offensively. So it feels like there's too much to ask for going for lances, so I'm still uncertain what I want to do about that. And also, I really do think these emission dissipators aren't really worth what I expected of them, because even with me being spotted so long with these vanguards, a beacon was literally on one of them after all, they still held their own relatively well. They don't need to rely on assault run tactics, so I don't know where exactly these emission dissipators are going to be useful now, because I don't want to field them against chaos. I don't want to field them against orcs, ideally, because heavy lance variants is pretty much a likeliness. I want to feel like a lot of orcs like to go lances, if they can. Otherwise, it's going to be carrier torpedoes, which isn't going to work either as far as the torpedoes anyway. That opinion may change when I finally do switch these vanguards. But otherwise, I had all my ships damaged before because I tried to get a video earlier out, but unfortunately, I had, a bunch of matches against Eldar player who was actually just using the disconnect exploit, I think it was, so that's the reason why I didn't get this video out sooner, or matches out sooner, although it did give me a little bit of benefit of some renown, and it repaired some of my ships for me. And I also did have a bad display of a bad match against Solare as well. Sadly, that was before I got all my strike cruisers back, so it didn't go as well as I would have liked, because I seriously think the 4 strike cruisers with their mobility and small profile would have been good against that. And not to mention, I feel like this is getting a really weird week for me, because of course daylight savings times and all that. I feel like that may have thrown off my play quite a bit, because I was not happy with the video I did on Tuesday. At least the commentary wise, gameplay wise rather, I'm pretty certain that was pitiful as well, but I'm hoping that will rectify itself, hopefully in this video, maybe the next one when I actually can enjoy some time to sleep in and get this damn jet lag, whatever the hell you call it with the time change, that feels like it's throwing me off. I'm not coming up with excuses, I'm just disappointed that it has affected my commentary, because I was not happy with it. With that said, let's continue on, shall we? Alright, this is going to be interesting. We're going to be fighting a mirror match against Crooked here. 600 points, so I could go with the battle barge, 2 strike cruisers. It is a breakthrough, mind you, so who knows how much that's going to change this dynamic some. Is it a good idea to try? Well, I should try and play this proper, as in, if possible, go for the objective win. So if I can go 2 by 2 there, and if he decides to fixate on one of the fleets, then maybe I could converge and kind of punish him for that, or just go around him. The awkward thing, of course, is I don't really have much in the ways of sensors, so that is a really tenuous strategy if I want to go that route. I like the idea of it though, because I still have good mobility. It'll force them to maybe spread out, because these boring torpedoes can kill those beacons insanely fast. Maybe not when they're spread out with 2 strike cruisers each. Now the main thing I need to do is make sure that if he does decide to bull rush one of my fleets, that the second fleet can support them somehow, or at least the 2 strike cruisers are able to evade long enough for him to get punished heavily by that play. So, where do I want to position myself? First off, let's make sure we have at least 1 Stormhawk on one side each. Oh, forgetting the mission type. That works for me, I guess. I don't know what he's feeling just yet, but that kind of tells me maybe he went really heavy with Battle Barge. Possibly, I'm not sure. Either way, I like this idea of spraying out the fleet some. And since I know the boring torpedoes always go on the right, auto-casting these should be okay. Although, need to be ready. Need to be ready for whatever he may do. Actually, let me make sure I'm in position so I can immediately fire these boring torpedoes. Alright. So he's all in the middle there. Now let's put the pressure on him, shall we? Let's put him on the clock. Be mindful. Actually, I should just reload. If I'm really damn lucky, maybe I can have them back up before he actually commits. Because right now he's already turning. That's kind of fine. These can get a little more aggressive. Alright, so I think we're golden here. Now, sadly, he is going to start repairing these because those boring torpedoes didn't do crap. Let's punish him. Let's try our best to punish him, shall we? Because these are going to get wedged in the corner, but I don't need to do much. I just need to stall for time. While these 2 ships get hopefully in a good position. Alright, get moving. I was hoping to turn the other way, but we'll see. I do have gas clouds, I have asteroid belts. I'm not too worried. I just gotta keep distance. Make it hard for him to hit me. So, boring torpedoes keep on hitting. Ideally, start shooting these damn things because they refuse to die, which is a bit shocking. Alright, so shields are almost gone. So now, let's see. Again, the plan is to try and keep these things alive. It's not going very well when this thing refuses to die, though. Now, this is going to be a bit ballsy, though. Just going right on through and try and mitigate a lot of this damage. Now, can boring torpedoes hit? The boring torpedoes aren't really doing much, unfortunately. I was hoping for a little bit more out of them. So, repairs are underway. We're going to go on through, fire more boring torpedoes. I'm hoping these things can survive long enough. Because they can evade the Lances some. Is that still alive? That's still alive, damn it. That's not what I want. Not at all. And I have a brace for impact there. And he can beacon me all he wants. I'm just stalling for time. I still have 40 seconds to try and kill this thing. And is that going to die? It should die anyway. Because now he's in the middle of nowhere. Again, the big priority is keeping these ships alive. So that way, I'm not punished so much. Okay, those hit. Those hit. Now, 20 seconds till it can get out. Or till it warps out. So let's make this quick. Yeah, this is unfortunately dead. My chapter master's not going to make it out. I'm a little bit saddened by this. It's a bit of an awkward position being wedged in the corner like that, though. But we punish his mistake there. All the beacons are... Well, the beacons aren't dead yet, though. It's about to. Once I learn to micromanage my fleet a little bit better. But that fire assault should work. And actually, let's just warp this out. Okay, that's dead. This is over. Yeah, probably not really happy with that. It's really a question on how do I keep them alive. The reload was good for getting faster torpedoes, though. How do I refine it in a way that I can get my strike cruisers to live? Because there's no way I can speed up the warp jump. Well, being hit and probably using that gas cloud a little bit better would have been ideal. Probably would have been ideal. But I like the strategy. It forces them to spread out, and if there's some way I can converge on isolate battle barge, that would be really good. But it has 400 shields. That's not really possible in all honesty. Although it doesn't really have much firepower anyway. So do I really need to focus on it if it's the Lance variant? And he has Mark 3s. I did lose a strike cruiser, but it means that I don't have to spend so much on repairs at least. I need to leave a well, what is it? I lost my train of thought again, damn it. This has been a really good week for me, hasn't it? But I need to keep in mind trying to do an objective victory over just straight up fighting them. Especially when if that was a regular Mark 1 battle barge, I probably would have been outpowered over. Yeah, he probably would have just straight up won in a straight up fight just because of the raw potential the battle barge can give. And unless I could hit with the torpedoes, that was also always a possibility. And of course get the Lost in Warp effect. And that was about to get its like level 9 up to that strike cruiser that died, the Chapter Master. So that's unfortunate. So I'm not going to be able to do that again for the next match. I like the idea about it. It works. It definitely works there. Punish them for not spreading out and trying to fight me divided at least. Because that would have been fun. Actually having 2 mini battles waging across both sides of the map. But no, it wasn't meant to be. No. Well, not really much else to say. Let's just go straight to the next match, damn it. Alright, looks like Crooked switched on over to his orcs, which I kind of would have liked to have gone with 4 strike cruisers, because who knows, for all we know, he could be doing the same style as Solare, and having extra mobility and lower profile would be nice for dodging those torpedoes, because I feel like going on a heavy torpedo strategy would punish that style really well, so long as I have enough distance to avoid getting murdered by the sap cannons, at least too early on. But as it stands now, I don't have much choice but to go with the battle barge, 2 strike cruisers. And it begs the question, do I want the Gladius or 2 hunters? I think the hunters would be better for spotting purposes. So what do I expect here? Hard to say. I just expect a lot of torpedoes. I'm expecting torpedoes, and I honestly can't remember what Solari even had as an orc fleet the last time I fought him as orcs. Or not Solari, but Crooked, damn it. I'm getting all mixed up. I'm kind of half expecting him to go with the Lance variant as well a little bit. I could use the practice and of course the battle barge without its high energy, its increased turning radius upgrade. Its turning speed, what the... Man, I'm so thrown off. I wasn't happy with the last video, and this is rapidly becoming just as bad. So much so that I'm not really happy with this deployment either way. I kind of want to force Crooked out of the gas cloud if it's possible. And if he goes so heavy on the bombers, then I kind of can just straight up win in a close range fight, so long as I'm mindful of those torpedoes. I just gotta watch for a micro warp jump to get him in a good position, and then otherwise I should be able to win a straight up fight if he's using the torpedoes and bombers, or fighters rather, to kind of defend his own fleet. We will see. Also, I need to be really mindful if he's going with the sap cans or that, I should probably just hold my position and force him to come to me. There's one way to find out. Okay, so that settles it there. We know his fleet is, to some extent. It's just a question of the favors now. Because he's got 1, 2, well, only 4. He's got 4 fighter squadrons, so not too terrible. He is angling himself some. So he may... Without proper aiming, like I'm going to want to probably aim at this one on the right. So that way if he turns, he's still going to have to dodge those torpedoes to some extent. So, let's try this again, shall we? And of course, lack of surveyors is kind of felt here a little bit. Those 2-3 seconds feel like forever. But I'm not seeing any torpedoes just yet. So, until I see them, I should work. Let's see. Well, that settles that. That settles that, so let's get on moving. I shouldn't be worried about... Yeah, let me just boost. If he has... let's see. And of course, torpedoes are back up as I'm turning, so that was badly timed a little bit. Oh well. Hopefully, if I get some hits, that'll be useful. And he has Nova cans. Can I get out? That is good. So, if he keeps firing those torpedoes, then I'm golden. Because he's just going to break them eventually. Unfortunately, ooh, thank God for extra 50 health on the shields. That's the one time that upgrade has actually been worth it. So, let's get these torpedoes firing. Because it's not, he doesn't quite have all, what is it? All fighters, so he could still do well in a fight, but so long as I dodge his torpedoes and do damage with my own, that'll be good. So spot for me, dodge the torpedoes, and get well, I think I'm gonna have to take evasive maneuvers here. Just a little bit. Come on, do I dodge? We dodge everything. Just about everything. I think one torpedo may have hit me. So, I'm seeing Nova cans. Unfortunately, that is going to take some shields hits. Okay. We're good. We're good so far. This is just really awkward positioning just now. The extra health is paying off, though. Just give me a moment here. The longer these things stay alive, the better, in all honesty. I think we can agree on that because of his chances. The Nova cans won't... It increases the chances his Nova cans breaks. It is a 25% chance of him breaking after all. So it's worth trying to do, no matter what. And I gotta make sure my... Oh, let's see. Gotta make sure these things detect his ships too, some. I am getting shots off, though, so... Let me try to get some focus on at least something. And if possible, just hit these ships more. Unfortunately, there goes my one hunter. He is boosting forward, but we could dodge this relatively well. Let me actually did I prioritize? Yeah, I prioritize engines. So just hit it hard and do a good deal damage. Because that looks like it's the one with the mega cans, I think. Less sap cans is more manageable for me, quite frankly, because there he is hiding in the gas cloud. Can I reveal him any? Well, that discourages him, if nothing else. Not much, mind you, but it discourages him. And if possible, I'll let that go, but I'll let it go. If he survives, well, now he has to survive the burning. I'll be generous, fellow. I just gotta spot the other one so I can start punishing him. And also hiding this would be a good idea because it's my only form of sensors right now. I'm sorry, Crooked, I tried to let it live. As it stands now, there goes my sensors. But we have torpedoes available. We have torpedoes available. Let's try and get in and do that damage. Because he thankfully does not have the ones that goes through the shield, so I can take the hits pretty damn gracefully. So, let's punish this. Let's punish this heavily, shall we? Just gotta get in between these. Use my Stormhawks to help shoot down these torpedoes some. They sadly did cause a fire, but my lock-on is about to come back on. I have shield transfers available. Now, I need to prioritize the ship, though. Now, this is going to hurt a bit, but I think it's going to hurt more for him. He doesn't have mega cans, I want to say. Not enough mega cans to warrant it, so lock on it is. I sadly lose my shields. Ooh, you lucky, lucky bastard. Although, thankfully, that did not kill my bombardment cans like it would with the strike cruisers, so this is still good for me. to some extent. Although I gotta remember I don't have brace for impact, so I can't just recklessly ram them as much as I would like to. I did shield shield recharge when I didn't want to though, so that may have been a mistake. But if I kill this quickly, that'll be good. Get ready to do some more damage. Ram his side some more. And thank you for the torpedo hits there, Crooked. Although, if I hadn't wasted that shield transfer, this would be pretty good for me still. But one of his prows gone. I can get a good broadside hit. Let's make sure we prioritize whatever still has main weaponry. Oop, can I get torpedoes in? I want damn it, my boosters are down, so probably not going to hit as hard as I like. Ooh, I take that back. I take that back, although I am ramming myself now, I just realized. So this is going to survive. Not much longer. Oh, it actually did die, damn it. That is not what I wanted. Although ramming myself kind of is part of that reason there. That's heavily damaged. I want to kill that. Fear of Darkness is about to come back up. I could dodge that. Maybe dodge him. I'm getting slowed though. I think it's because of the sap cans too. So there's just one more to deal with. If this thing can survive like 50 seconds, it can repair though. Nah, I didn't get the torpedo hits I would like though. They were a little bit too close still. Okay. His Nova can. Okay, both his prows broke. He is using Auger Disruptors, so it's kind of okay. Kind of okay. I do have a brace for impact, and I still have plenty of shields, so. And he didn't quite get the ram just yet, so we're okay here. His bombers aren't only going to do 10 damage, so that's not as scary as it may sound. And this... Okay, this is time for the brace for impact. Oh, well, I didn't even need to do that, but okay. And I don't have my chapter master anymore, so that wasn't complete immunity, unfortunately. But repairs are now up. You know what that means. We know what this means. Now let's just finish off his ships. Although, this is still going to hurt. Oh, he doesn't have any more torpedoes, so this is not as bad as I'm making it out to be. Okay, I'll let him go. I'll let him go. He's warping out. His one poor ship unfortunately exploded, but it had no generators, so... Well, it's definitely more fun without having to worry about the sap cans getting through my shields, but less fighters means more torpedo hits regardless if I can aim them properly. So it still can be abused some if he wants to, if I'm ever facing off against the heavy lances, although Battle Barge is kind of vulnerable without its turning radius to those torpedoes, because it's not really going to be able to turn very quickly unless I want to use the high energy turn. Thankfully, it did work pretty decently at dodging those torpedoes at range. Now I just gotta be disciplined enough to not actually go into battle or keep moving forward. Because in all honesty, I want to stay as far away as I can if the torpedoes are a big concern. But again, with the Battle Barge slow turning radius until I get its level 10 upgrade, it's not going to have an easy time to shoot torpedoes back either way. That's the only downside. But still, that was a fun match. I wasn't really paying attention to the dang torpedoes, though, in the prow. That's a bit of a mistake, although he did blow up his own ships eventually with the Nova cans. And thankfully, the damn hunters, I gotta say, they survived an incredibly long time for being the focus of all those Nova cans. There's an MVP for ya. Although, if I had kept it alive a little bit longer just so it can give vision for me, that would have been even better. And they would have died if it wasn't for the extra 50 health on the shields, too, I put on them. Because they would have died without it. Without a doubt. So I'm really happy, for once For once, I'm happy about having the extra shields on these things. On all the frigates, pretty much. Because that means only 50 damage on the hull, if they can avoid taking multiple hits. Alright, we'll try once more with Crooked here. Unfortunately, I didn't invest in repairing my Chapter Master strike cruisers, so this could cost me horribly, not having an extra... extra armor and lock-on effect. This is definitely going to be felt if I go this route. Because I can't even go with 4 strike cruisers, so that probably was a mistake. I was trying to hold off on paying my renown to get the repairs going, because my vanguards are just sitting ducks against so many lances, if he's even using the lances. So this will be a little bit awkward because I only have 1 beacon available. But if I can somehow use these hunters to spot, which I have ideas how to spot though, if I can stay on the prow, have them like trying to flank a little bit, then maybe they can spot safely. And if somehow he's prepared or positioned himself to do that, then if my battle barge and strike cruisers can kind of be positioned to shoot at him really quickly at least, then I'm taking almost no fire on the main fleet itself. It's going to be tricky because it's going to require a lot of awareness and micromanagement, so I like the idea. If I can somehow engage when his prow or stern is even facing me, then that's a good way to get some free damage in. Because apparently going in close, trying to go in aggressively is not working very well, mainly because I'm not benefiting from my macro cannons on the side, and if the shields are still up, then I'm pretty much doing nothing to them. Because Space Marines, especially with the bombardment cannons, rely so much on actually hitting the hull if they're actually going to make an impact. If I had my Chapter Master, again, this would practically be a guaranteed critical hit if I can squeeze a lock-in or lock-out on. Or lock-on, not lock-out, jeez. I said enough times how I feel so thrown off. I'm not happy about it, but at least they're better matches, if nothing else. I feel like they're better matches. At least these ones that I'm actually going to be showing for the video. Wasn't satisfied with the Elder matches, and of course the match with Solari. I don't know what the hell happened to me there. I let too many torpedoes hit me, and of course the battle barge was a bit of a liability there because it's not able to easily get in or reposition, but he has a lot of carrier ships here, so we're looking at Stig and a Hellbringer. So we're going to try and commit to a little bit more of a longer engagement just to see how it fares. I could have reloaded, in all honesty. I probably should have. Oh well. I'll live with it, because it's a little late now. So long as I don't hit myself, that's the big thing. If I can avoid that, that'd be great. Now, Hunters, get on moving. Because I wonder if he's trying to snipe this thing while I'm isolated, while it's too far away from the rest of my fleet. Because those torpedoes, without a doubt, are not going to hit. I like to think they'll someday hit something, but just not today. Not against the Chaos Fleet. They might hit some orcs that got stuck in boring torpedoes that are never going to hit their mark. I can hope on at least on that. So, get moving. Let's see. Hunters on. All my ships are basically getting ready to flank. Now, gotta get a nice torpedo arc ready. Because that's without a doubt not going to hit very well. Now, this is where getting spotted or not having extended sensors is a bit of a pain, but that could be rectified quickly. Because now he ran away. I'm going to get in a gas cloud. Now, just hide this thing quickly. And we're good. So he's already right away. We're going to conceal this thing some, and I guess we get the gas cloud now. We have access to our gas cloud. Now if we can somehow... Yeah, he already evaded, so... Or ran out, so not much I could do there. And I forgot I even had Stormhawks, which could have been useful here to a vague extent. They could have. So just get on out, try and keep some distance. We did bully him out of the gas cloud. I don't know how much of a victory that actually is, though, mind you. But it is something. Salt run's about to expire, so let's get this ready to get to some safety here. Because now he's going to get ready to try and engage again. Because once these things are gone, I'm pretty damn vulnerable. So I can't make that easy for him to get at them. Only one saving grace I have is the fact that, let's see, here comes his ships. I only got one beacon, so I gotta make this count. Well, yeah, I need to kill the shields. So, we got shield transfer. We got another shield transfer. Now hide this thing quickly. He is going to throw a beacon on there, which is fine. So long as it's out of range, that's good. Reveal them all you care. You're only going to get like almost no damage out of it. And his one spine Hellbringer is not going to do a whole lot. So, do I have more shield transfers? I do, but it's on the wrong ship. If only I had a second beacon, maybe I could brute force this a little bit. Just a little bit. Could throw a beacon on there and then... Well, he did waste a beacon on a Hellbringer. So his one scout's not actually able to spot anything just yet. Although, maybe that was a mistake to kind of do that. Although, shields... There. That's stuck. He cannot hide it. And now, boring torpedoes are coming for its ass. So, hide the ships there. Try to anyway. And keep this helper. Keep this hunter alive for a little bit longer. Now, I have more shield transfers available, so... Okay, I'm going to reveal the ships in a moment. A little bit. This thing's going to take some hits. I should... If only I cast that sooner, that may not have been as bad. The Stig. There goes its shields in a hurry. And now, he has to come after me. Although, now this thing's out in the open. I'm not happy about that little exchange. Because now all my ships can't actually get over there. And again, with my hunter kind of not able to do much, it's kind of an odd position. Now, engines are dying. I'm happy with that. Let's lock on. Let's try this differently, shall we? Because now, I could get aggressive. He turns his attention on that. Now, kill this thing quickly. We'll worry about this Desolator later. Because we're still getting broadside shots on it anyway. Now, if only I killed the engines like I was hoping, maybe this would have been a little bit better. Now I gotta turn. Let's get my second hunter going. Because this is now going to get hit in a moment. And I don't know if he has any siege clouds available or not. Because I'm going to take a bunch of free damage right now. Until I reveal a ship, so... Gotta get myself reorganized now, because this is going to hurt some. A little bit. He did focus down the hunter. I have another one coming at least, but... Can I do more? Extended sensors, of course, are what's killing me, but... The big question is, what do I remove in terms of weaponry if sensors are the big issue? Okay, let's turn off the boring torpedoes, because now he has his hunter all hit, his Hellbringer hit in. And I can't get super aggressive now. But my shields are about to come back up. It's going to limit his fire some. Let's try and minimize some of this damage. So if he's already running away from me, he can't hit me then. And since I'm already detected, I can freely do that some. Oh, I thought I turned it off, damn it. Yeah, I did turn it off. Now I just turn it back on. See, trying to turn it off, so that's a bit of a nuisance. Oh, well, we did some good damage there, but this is not ideal engagement because, again, lack of extended sensors, and I don't have a second beacon, which I could have thrown on that stag. That's what making me regret so much not having that chapter master available. Okay. Let's get to evading. Get the battle barge in a good position. I don't know what that explosion was, mind you. And let's see, I still have Stormhawks, so if nothing else, let's make use of these Stormhawks some. Oh, these torpedoes are going to hit some. Hunter, you're good. Get moving. Try and get moving anyway, if I can reveal. There's no way I can reveal the ships, I just gotta wait for the beacon to expire. So let's just try and draw this out. We did good otherwise. It's the lack of extended sensors at this point. So, because if I chase after him again, I'm doing crap for damage so far. Is what it basically means. So, shield transfers. I would like to micro warp jump in there, but I don't have the extended sensors and I don't have beacons. And this beacon's about to... Okay, I do have one beacon up, though. I am holding the damage relatively well, though, at this range, considering he has so many lances. Now, again, how the hell do I engage? Because as soon as I poke this hunter out, it's just going to get focused down and sniped. Although the probes are now expiring, so I do have that going for me now. Just gotta get this mess all figured out. And let's get going. Just hide everything now. He has more recon probes is a bit of a problem, though. With the recon probes, he's just gonna stick it on me again. But I'm hitting. I just gotta hide the battle barge now, and I gotta somehow get a good hit on him. Because he still has his Hellbringer. I can't quite remember what exactly... Up. Get moving. Just get you hit in there some. Those explosions still freaking me out some. A little bit. But, is there anything I can do here? I'm kind of at his mercy just because of lack of beacons and all that. But otherwise the engagement's been pretty good. That one engagement I felt like I was doing more damage to him. Come on. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate there. Okay, so hit as much as you can. Unfortunately, yeah, I can't actually move right now. And your shields are coming back up in a moment. Chasing after him is a bad idea, but I did so much damage too. And you know this is not going to work, right? Because I don't have the damn extended range. I was hoping to shoot the Hellbringer. That was the whole point of that too. So I just condemned this thing to death. Again, what on earth do I remove though if I want to get extended sensors on these things? That would make that fight a lot more easier for me, because then I'd actually be able to shoot back. Even the Hellbringer was getting beat horribly. So, let's shoot these down some there. We could keep chasing them. At least some, but again, lack of range is hurting. It's really hurting there. And I only have one beacon to kind of force an engagement too. So, get moving. I have beacons, but again, there's not much point to burning it, is there? Because he's just going to fly out of it and then just run. We'll just see it firsthand right here. If I remembered my dang Fear of the Darkness, this probably wouldn't be so bad. And here's what I'm talking about now. He's just micro warp jumping, going to solid run in a moment. He should anyway. And not quite in range for Fear of Darkness. So let's get some shields back up. This thing's about to die without a doubt. And I just used my beacon, so there's nothing I could do about that Stig right now. Unfortunately. But we do have him isolate some. Is there something I could do about that? Maybe not. Especially with my sensors or my boosters down. Yeah, I really do need extended sensors. That's kind of what the frigate was for. And also the extended the extra beacons I've been having. So, let's get on in there. Try and do what we can. And you're just really slow because of lack of boosters. Again, I'm taking the hits really well though. We got shields back up. He's only going to be able to run for so long until I get in there. You're going to catch up momentarily and then Fear of Darkness will be ready. He is still focusing this down. Again, the problem is I could micro warp jump out. I'm really considering just not micro warp jump, but just jumping out in general. I'm really considering, in all honesty, because you can imagine how silly this is going to be. I really wish I had my Chapter Master. This wouldn't be as much of an issue because that Stig actually would have got a beacon on as well. And then, I may not be having this problem I'm having right now. Again, it comes down to what on earth can I cut out? Because the extended range is what's allowing me to fight at such a distance. At least I can get rid of the Frost Power shields. I think I can afford to get rid of the shields on the battle barge. Because that engagement had a lot of promise there. We saw at the beginning. Forced his scout away and then he had to make his main fleet come in if he didn't want to use beacons. And it was working well. I sadly didn't get any engine critical hits either. Which is a bit of a nuisance. Because one ship with their engine gone means I can easily just have ran it down without even using boosters, in all honesty. But no, I didn't get there. That was just a slow and probably a frustrating thing to watch with the lack of sensors. I really do regret not having that Chapter Master though. Not only would have enhanced my damage, of course, but it would have gave me the extra beacon too. And of course, it's fully upgraded. Well, it's not fully upgraded, but without a doubt, the battle barge can get its extended sensors in with what feels like no loss, but I don't know what to cut out for my level 8 and 9 strike cruiser though, unless I want to leave myself vulnerable to having beacons stuck on me really easily. Because if he had more Acherons there, without a doubt. Well, if he didn't have a Stig, those lances have the ability to just take my shields down immediately before I can even react, so he can just throw beacons on me and then continue to stay at range for that duration. And at least with the extra shield health, it gives me more time to just shield transfer and all that. Hard to say. I did get a level in though. I just don't know what to remove. I have no idea what to remove because even with strike cruisers, if I switch to anything else, like the lance fairies, I want to enhance the range on the lances, so boring torpedoes is out of the question even if it was a different variant. I just need to get my level 10, I guess, is really all it is, because I can kind of afford to get rid of the cogitator linkage. I can a little bit. In fact, I might actually do that now. I don't know how practical it is with just as it is, but if I go for 4 strike cruiser fleet, that might not be as terrible. I just only have 9,000 effective combat range. There was promise there. That was a much more solid chaos fight there if I can resist the urge to go full on aggression there. Because he dies really quickly once those bombardment cannons can hit the hull. Also, I'm getting extended sensors. Let's try and remember that. Damn it. Still, that must have been frustrating to watch. Again, second beacon, that would have alleviated so much.